Nikki, the Business Witch, and this is your April 2023 guided business reading. Now, if you're new to this channel, to my videos, I am here to offer you divine guidance from our guides, our spirits, our, the deities supporting us, the universe, if you want to think about it that way, in a way that is practical and that is very applicable. So let's dive in. The first thing I want to do actually before we start tapping into the cards and reading their messages is actually open ourselves up. So myself and yourself to the energy of the month of April. This is super important when you think about it, because if you just dive into this video and I start throwing things at you, you may not be in the place that is receptive, that is open, and that is necessary in order for you to fully integrate and then activate the messages coming through that align with you. So let's do that. First thing I want you to do is, if you're standing or sitting, grounding your feet. That's just placing them firmly, deliberately on the ground, closing your eyes if it feels good, and breathing. And with each breath, become more relaxed, more grounded, more open, more able to receive. Curious, content, and just totally on board with whatever comes through. And knowing and trusting that your guides are always there supporting you and nudging you in the right direction. Alrighty, let's figure out what April has in store for you. Now, what I do is I have a structure for these readings. By the way, this is the general reading for April. If you would like to access the extended reading where we go week by week, a deeper dive into this energy to really help empower you and inspire you in the month of April, the link will be below to access that video. So the structure that I use for this video is we're going to look at the overall energy for the month. We're going to look at the energy you need to release, receive, and redirect. This is a really good place for you to start because you're able to get like the big chunk, the broad scope, and the overall energies operating, rather than getting so nitty gritty and into the detail that we just get into overwhelm. So we're going to start big, going to open up, we're going to see what the guides have for us. And then I encourage you after this video, if anything really resonates or something like pings in your head, to journal on it, to meditate on it, to visualize, to actually just contemplate. What is the message and the meaning for me? And then how can I use this? Because we always want to go from realizing awareness into action and implementation if it's aligned. Alrighty, so we're going to tap into the overall energy for the month with the Rider-Waite Tarot. I'm getting called to pull 3 cards, or rather allow them to jump out. Alrighty. So we've actually got 4. So we've got the World card in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Hanged Man in reverse, and the Lovers upright. So just getting a little bit grounded and connected to this energy, there is this sense of coming inwards to your internal reality, your internal world, what's going on for you. This is really interesting. The messages coming through are around you defining the rules of your world. For many of you, you may not have done that before, or maybe you've dabbled in this, but you're highly encouraged in the month of April to start to get clear on what are my rules. Not the rules that the world tell me I have to operate by, not what my family said, not what my business or my job or my friends or my boyfriend or whatever has said, but what are my rules? What are the rules in my world? The second card, the Ace of Cups in reverse, is saying that this is an opportunity for you to give rather than receive. A lot of the clients I work with, just a lot of people in my life in general, we're constantly in this process of manifestation, especially when it comes to business, where, we desire to make more money, to have more clients, to generate income, to be bigger, bolder, better, more. And of course you desire that, and we need that in business to be viable and to live our lives. However, this is very much indicating that you need to flip that. Make sure that the value you are giving is worthy of what you're asking to receive. And next we got the Hangman in reverse. Again, just telling me there needs to be a bit of flip in perspective. Maybe you're really focused on one area in your business and you need to be shifting, changing, focusing somewhere else, because that is the key that's going to unlock everything else. The fact that the Lovers has jumped out and it's upright, and I almost view this as an additional card, is that love is going to be a very present and conscious choice in the month of April. You might see a lot more love relationships come into your life. You might feel more love in your relationships, but also this is the invitation to lead with love. So I know that it's powerful and important to view the cards. So I'm going to hold them up. So we've got the World card, really just writing the rules for yourself, your world. What are my rules? The Ace of Cups, making sure that we are giving, not just asking to receive. The Hanged Man, where is your perspective? Where is your focus? And where does that need to shift? And leading with love. Totally loving the overall energy for the month of April. To me, it's very clearly indicating that it's not so much about doing this month, but making sure you're clear on who you're being and that you're actually aligning with that and implementing, what you know to be true, what you know your integrity is calling you to do, mind, body, soul. Alrighty, so let's dive into release. Now, I just want to invite everyone, before I pull this card, and I'm using the Magickal Herb Oracle, by the way, when I'm talking about release, this might mean a releasing of tension, a releasing of control or the need to control, or it might mean remove from your life. Your intuition, your guides are going to know what is coming up and through for you in this area. Always activate your agency when listening to any type of reader. You didn't see that, but it jumped off my microphone. You might have heard it though. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so in the area of release, we've got courage. So a couple of messages already coming through for me here, everyone. First of all, it takes courage to release. There might be people, products, services, parts of your business that simply are not working. And it's going to take courage to release them, to say, you don't work, the vibe's not right, this isn't what I'm asking for, and release it. This is going to be really relevant and prevalent for many of you. So if you're noticing things in your business that need to be released, first of all, before any action takes place, tap into your courage. Courage can look like many things. It can be making sure you're in an empowered state, making sure that you're tapping into your strength, maybe even just reminding yourself of like, I'm strong, I can do this. It's scary, but I'm capable and I'm able. You might want to pop on some music that really gets you pumped up before, acting or activating any of the things that you want to do this month. So courage is going to be the key to your release. The second thing very clearly coming through in the area of courage is maybe I'm getting this is like very 50-50 for everyone watching this. Half of you, this will be relevant. Half of you, let it wash on by. You're a little bit acting, and take this, with all the love and compassion it's meant, acting from a place that is kind of just like shitty and unresourceful. Like, let's just be real about it. Maybe there's this kind of lion's share of bravado and ego, and you're labeling it as courage. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to get it, I'm going to speak my truth, I'm going to be really bold in my business. But is that like a false sense of power, a false sense of courage, a false sense of security that needs to be released? So if that was for you, I'm sure you already know that it was for you. So that's what needs to be released in the month of April. Of course, everything is a choice. These are just general messages. If they don't vibe, don't do them. Oh my gosh, that was a graceful exit onto the ground. What do you need to receive? I'm going to go get it for you. Alrighty. So, soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Such a beautiful card, such a powerful card, and really, really just blunt in this message. In the month of April, this is a time for you to receive support, to receive family, to receive soul tribe. Maybe you want to join a membership, a mastermind. I've got 2, by the way, if you're interested. But also maybe it's just about getting out into community, having connection, finding the people that you resonate with, because business can be a lonely journey if we don't actively curate a community. And if you're just at the start of your business journey, or maybe you've been hustling and bustling for a while and you've just been head down focused, you look up and there's no one around you. And that can be devastating. And in fact, that could be the reason you're not seeing the success, the growth, the happiness, the joy, the ease, the magic that you desire in your business, because the weight of the world feels like it's on your shoulders. Release that, remove that, and be ready to receive the support that maybe you didn't even know you needed. Even if you find one person in the month of April, that kind of soul connection, change your life. So keep an eye out for where you're being called to operate, where you're being called to go, and who you're drawn to this month. Always trust your intuition. Alrighty, so next we're looking at redirection. Now, redirection is an interesting one. It might mean you need to pivot and change your path or plan. It could also mean just a little bit of a tweak in how you're operating. So the card that has jumped out for everyone for April is patience. Long road ahead, reward awaits. Now, as I see this card, what is really, really obvious to me is, this shiny, glowy portal, this doorway that's right at the top. And sometimes when we see that portal, the vision for the future, the way we want our business to be, the type of clients we desire to have, the type of income we want to be calling in, we so focus on the brightness of that vision that we kind of get lost in the present, where we need to be, what we need to be working on. So you're really invited here to bring in some patience. When I hear patience, I hear be present. By the way, patience is a bit of a tricky word. In some ways, if patience is unresourcefully tapped into, where sitting on our hands, we're not taking action, we're like, just leave it up to the universe and do nothing about it. That's not what we mean by patience. By patience, we're really talking about be present. And by being present, you don't feel the gap and you don't feel the lack of where you desire it to be. So really in this month of April, what you need to be redirecting is where your focus is. Yes, have the vision. Yes, know where you're going. Yes, be driven by desire, but be operating in the present. That is going to make sure that you're fully empowered, that you are in a place where you can actually take action and make change, and you're not going to get lost in, the hopes, wishes, and dreams of where you desire to be. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do next is roll some dice. These are going to give you some lucky numbers for the month ahead. Interesting. So we got 4, 4, and 3. So this might be a combination of it. You might get 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, or they might be separate numbers, 4 and 3. So I really invite you to write those down, especially if some of those numbers already resonated, flipped a switch in your mind, and just keep an eye out for them. You might even be called to look up the numerology behind these numbers and see what aligns and what works for you. It might also be indicative of a time of day, like 4:34 or 4:43, something like that. Alrighty, so this is the end of your April business forecast to help you tap into the path ahead, connect to your guides, and get a little bit more practical magic guidance in your business. If you've loved this video, make sure you like it, you share it, you comment below. And if you're interested in the extended reading, and your intuition will let you know if it's meant for you, this has been 10 out of 10 on point, then click the link below and you can either sign up for a membership, which gives you a bit of a discount every single month, or you can rent or buy the extended video. All right, thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you in the extended or next month on our business monthly forecast. Bye.